Hello everyone and welcome back to another Rise of Kingdoms video. I am RoyalMixGaming, and in today's video we're going to talk about recovery KVKs. Should you do one? Should you not do one? What are the pros and cons of doing a recovery KVK in your own kingdom? And should you do it in your next KVK? So what is a recovery KVK? I would say a recovery KVK is where you either 1, stay in your zone 4 and don't come out at all to fights. You only come out during maybe a KE. For MG, you have free MG for that. Maybe you do that, maybe you don't even do that. That is kind of what a recovery KVK is where you fight as little as possible, farm as much as possible for like 2 months with the higher resource level nodes in the Lost Kingdom. I think the highest node's like level 7, maybe level 8 that you can get in zone 4. So you're trying to recover as many resources, as many speed ups as you can, and basically delaying the time that you have maybe a really big KVK, a really hard KVK. So Imperium Kingdoms, some do this, some don't, obviously. But what you're basically doing is just recovering all your stuff so that you can do a really hard KVK and really have a good time then. And it's kind of putting a downtime in between KVKs even less so that you can maybe even get some more of the iconic crystals. You can get some more of the achievements by themselves, killing all the barbs, getting the resources from the barbs to speed ups, etc. That is probably one of the biggest pros to this type of, I would say, KVK or choice, is just being able to recover a lot of resources and speed ups, get some more gold heads, get some of the achievements in KVK, get the iconic crystals. But I would say some of the cons of this is you're going to have to make sure you make it very, very clear to your kingdom that you are in a recovery KVK, because a recovery KVK needs to be a recovery KVK. It can't be a maybe it is, maybe it isn't kind of KVK. Maybe it's just needs your KVK. No, it needs to be one or the other. Are you having a KVK or are you having a recovery KVK? Because if you are having a KVK, there's no such thing as recovery, because you are still losing a decent amount of dead troops to basically not be able to train those back up and be ready right away when you're going to register the first pop. So, because sometimes you say that you're going to have a recovery KVK, but then you lose a bunch of troops. Some people do, some people don't. Some people gain a lot of power, some people don't gain a lot of power because you technically didn't have a recovery KVK, but you said you were going to. So you got to be very, very clear to people, this is a recovery KVK. We do not want you to fight. We won't do anything because we want you to gather the resources, and we're going to have a really big KVK after the 2 months that KVK is. Let's say you registered right after your KVK was already over. You do a recovery KVK and then you register right away again. You've had your 2 to 3 months off and you have plenty of resources, plenty of speed ups. You're able to have all your equipment ready to go. You have your commanders ready to max. You'll be able to max the newest and latest thing really, really good. That would be another pro to that. The con to that is some of these recovery KVKs can be extremely boring. I would say that for sure. As in, right now I'm in a recovery KVK on one of my accounts. The problem with this is, I would even say it's just very boring, but I would say if you can get more people onto it, it would be better for your kingdom overall. Not everybody's going to agree with that, but it is a good thing and a bad thing all at the same time. So I would even say probably the best format for a recovery KVK is the Desert Conquest KVK. No one can get into your zone 4 at any point in time. That is why it's probably the best recovery KVK. This is my first experience with the Desert Conquest KVK, but it's a very slower paced, more relaxed KVK that I think you could easily turn into a recovery KVK. You're going to get the nodes that you want, all the resources, you get the speed ups, you get the healing cost reduction basically with the potions. So even if you fight a little bit, all you have to do is just have a little bit of fun for a little bit, because it's really hard to, I would say, have a lot of fun in this KVK because you have to march so long. Something they need to fix or change about this KVK is the march time is too long. It's still 20-30 minutes march time to the very opposite end of the map, even with the march speed buff and things like that. But I won't get into that too much. This is about recovery KVKs. So that is why I think that this type of format is the best format for a recovery KVK. Kind of the pros and cons on a recovery KVK, like I was discussing, just, more resources, more speed ups, but it's going to be kind of boring if you don't enjoy not field fighting with other kingdoms that are already in your KVK. So I hope you guys learned something from this video. Kind of decide on what you're doing for your own KVK. Drop a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys on the next one.